To be or not to be, that is the question. All men have the mind which cannot bear to see the suffering of others. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. The unexamined life is not worth living. I think, therefore I am. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. All you need is love. The best way to predict the future is to create it. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Imagination is more important than knowledge. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. The only constant in life is change. Love is patient. Love is kind. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Life isn't about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A friend to all is a friend to none. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. The truth will set you free. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. The best revenge is massive success. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. The only way to have a friend is to be one. The greatest gift you can give someone is your time, because when you give your time, you are giving a portion of your life that you will never get back. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. There is no substitute for hard work. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today.